Do you know how circular is your country, or your city, or a region? In this video, we're going to talk about resource circularity for European regions. So we're going to tackle the questions: what is the circularity of an European country, a region, or a city? My name is Victor Souza, and this research is called Resource Circularity Networks and is conducted in partnership with Professor Frulin and Professor Pigoso. So let's get on it. If you go into this website here, you have here for European Union, you have 4 different categories. And then if you go here in secondary raw material, you have here the circular material use rate. Yes, and you can see for European Union is 11.7. So let's check now. For example, for Germany, that's where I am right now. It says it's 12.7. It's not as good as it could be, but that's another problem. Now, if you want to know about the region or the city, you don't have it here. You cannot. There's only countries listed here. 27 European countries. In this case, we don't have data in Eurostat. We have to get some data from regional databases, and that's where it starts to be complicated because data is structured in a different way. So let's say we did an harmonization of data, and now the whole data is compared. Then you just put all this data in the equation, and that's it, right? Not so fast, Billy boy. So what happens when you do that? So here is what we did for our 16 German states. And here's the problem. We have negative circularity. And we'll get that in a minute. In the same method, we have the possibility to have a CMU line. So that's calculate CMU line. Well, we still get negative results. So this indicator is not suitable for, can measure, and I'll tell you why in a second. So here is what we have. This is the equation for the CMU in the CMU line. So it only changes how you account for waste rate balance. In both cases, have the same order of magnitude between the RCV and the WTB, waste rate balance of recovered waste and waste rate balance. You have a very high sensitivity of the index. So what we do, we propose a different indicator, that is RCV, that we are not accounting anymore for waste rate balance, not yet, but we are adding 2 different quantities. We call it end of life waste, and we call also the waste treated. So one is the waste that is collected locally, and the other is the waste that is processed locally. And that is how we are accounting for imports and exports of waste now. So what we get. How does this look for you? Much better, right? They are more reasonable. And here is the difference that I was telling you about. So when you have here CMU minus CMU line, you see how much difference you get. Countries like Luxembourg, that has the same order of magnitude between waste rate balance and recovery rates, you have these huge differences, even with the local recycling. And when you have countries like Belgium, Greece, Romania, Sweden, it's very small difference because what is recovered in the country is much bigger than what is exchanged, and that's what the problem happens in the local level. Is not like that anymore. It's a different behavior. And also this indicator allows us to do a different analysis. We can see, for example, everything that is collected from everything that is used. So we have Bulgaria, for example, a very good relationship, and we have Italy, very good country performing for everything that is treated for its recovery. So you can see for each country what should be tackled for improving waste circularity. Whereas the bubble side is the amount of treated by what is locally collected. And you can see here again, Luxembourg is a big one. All right, but that's not the whole story. There is much more still investigated how preparation for reuse flows are accounted, repair, refurbishing, repurposing. And we also look into in the city level and also in the organization level. It's very local level. Okay, that's it for now, guys. And see you in the next video.
This research is brought to you by the Eurotech Postdoc 2 program. This project is supported by the Federal University of Technology of Parana.